So this is kind of an interesting deal, how it came about. I was involved in another deal in San Antonio where I invested a little money. My family invested a little bit of money with an operator, and the deal went sideways, and I was trying to save it and step in. A gentleman named Jacques reached out to me, and he told me everything that he knew was going on with this operator, his whole company liquidation, selling all the assets. And he showed me a different asset that operator had just bought in October of 23 at a great basis from a 20-year owner, like our perfect type of deal. Not because the deal wasn't performing, but because everything was going on with his whole company. He had to fire sell this property too. So we kind of had a competitive advantage through this relationship, Jacques, where he was the loan guarantor and the biggest investor in this company. And it's really unfortunate kind of what happened with all that. But we were able to step in and get a great purchase price where the seller's basis was 28 million. We bought it for 21.5 million. Good cap rate, still a lot of like room on rents that are below market. And overall, it's going to be a really good deal. But I guess one of the biggest lessons learned here is just relationships. In this business, you never know where a deal's going to come from, where, money's going to come from. You just got to always treat people right and get positioned to succeed, I guess. And things just came together really well. There was 14 other offers. A few of them were like one of them was $1.5 million higher than ours. A group that owned 5,000 units, but because of the relationship we had, we were able to get a good deal.
And I'll mention this, there's a typo on the unit count. It says 48 units, probably from Hilton. Oh. This is 292 units in San Marcos. And kind of show you what we've done. We purchased this deal on September 26th. Our total construction budget, $2.3 million. And right now, Doug Martin. Sorry, no, I've got a lot of Dougs in my head. Doug Martin, who is local to the area. He's a builder, developer. He is kind of managing all of the CapEx. This is about $1.1 million of exterior CapEx work that we're doing. As you've probably seen from the last deals, we like to make a really big impact on the property as quickly as possible, especially on the exterior to improve the curb appeal, to attract a better clientele to it. So a few things that we did on this property is top left corner, we took 2 tennis courts, turned it into 4 pickleball courts and a half-court basketball. We went in and replaced a lot of the old panel siding, fencing. We did a lot of mill overlay on all the drive lanes of the entire property. And then the biggest project is the siding project, where we are replacing siding on 16 of the 32 buildings, I believe it is. Once we get all the exterior CapEx stuff done, we're going to start doing a lot more of the interiors. We talked a lot about the lessons that we learned here, and having Roxana take over property management really made it significantly easier to purchase this deal. And I would also say that it breeded a lot of confidence in our investors and their desire to invest with us, knowing that we already had control even before we purchased it, and that it was being operated for us even before we purchased it.